Hello and welcome to another update on the Tigard real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update will cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, September 10th. So I'm going to share the screen with you now here and go through the info with you. So start off looking at active listing activity. Show last week we had 31 homes come on the market. Again, you can kind of see it's been pretty darn steady in terms of weekly listings. We had a low of 20 and a high of 36. And then same thing with total listings. You can kind of see it's been pretty steady as well. Had a low of 195 and a high of 216. This last week came in at right under 200 at 199 listings right now in Tigard. The median price and the days on market for these active listings, you can kind of see it's been bouncing kind of between 700 and 730 here over the past 8 weeks. And then the days on market, you can kind of see we were at a high of 44 8 weeks back. That slipped down to 33 just 2 weeks later. Has been kind of trending up a little bit from there. The most recent reading is 40 days of average market time right now for the most recent 199 homes on the market. Okay, moving along to pendings. So this last week, I showed we had 19 properties go into pending status. And you can kind of see, again, that's been pretty consistent. Had a low of 17 and a high of 25 on a weekly basis. Total number of pendings has been trending down just a bit here. We had a high of 140 homes in pending status 8 weeks back. And the most recent reading has trended down to 113, which is a low for the past 8 weeks, as you can kind of see. So have been losing some pendings over the past 8 weeks. Things slowing down a bit in that regard. The median price days on market for those pendings, you can see we had a low of 595 here for a couple weeks early on. That got up to a high of 643 3 weeks back. Most recent reading is 629,000 for these 113 homes in pending status. Days on market has been a low of 25, high of 38, and that just slipped just back one day here. This most recent reading was 37 days of average market time for the homes that are currently in pending status. And then lastly here, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this info together, I showed we had 16 properties have crossed over from pending to sold this last week. Probably get adjusted up 1 or 2 over the next week, which typically happens, but that's what we got today. And you can kind of see that's a low for the past 8 weeks, and we just about half of what it was here just the week prior, where we had 30 closings. And so when we look over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis here, you can kind of see we kind of crushed it here over the past 8 weeks at about 108 over the prior 4 weeks, and that's fallen back to kind of a low of 87 closings over the last 4 weeks here. So things are definitely kind of slowing here a bit in the market, which you would expect kind of coming off the summer months, heading into fall. The median sold price days on market, you can kind of see that's been on the decline in terms of the price. We had a high of 642 8 weeks back, and that fell to a low of 568 2 weeks ago. It rebounded just a bit here to 575 is the most recent reading for these most recent 87 homes that have sold. And then days on market, that's kind of a straight line up here over the past 8 weeks. We had a low of 8 days of average market time to begin with. That got up to a high of 27, this most recent reading on that. So, lower number of closings, and they took longer to get into contract when they were, on the market and went pending. Last thing we'll look at is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So the red bar is that weeks of inventory, and it's been relatively steady. You can kind of see we got close to down to a low of about 7 weeks of inventory here about a month ago, and a high of just over 9 weeks of inventory on 2 occasions here. And so right now today, about 9 weeks of inventory in Tigard. And then the sale prices versus the original list price, that has been trending down here a bit. As you can kind of see, we had a high of about 98.5% or so. And then that has dipped down to about 1%. So it hasn't gotten a lot lower, but most recent reading is about 97.5% here of original asking price. So about a 2.5% discount sellers have been taking to get their home sold is the most recent reading on that. So inventory, right around 2 months, a little over 2 months worth of inventory, and prices holding relatively steady. Definitely kind of still a mild seller's market environment in Tigard presently. Rates, interest rates are still relatively high, about 7.5 or so on a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan right now still. So hopefully we'll start getting some relief there. Once we do get some relief, I definitely think we're going to definitely see kind of a shift upward in demand, and definitely kind of see more activity obviously coming into the market. And that will probably mean a higher sales price going forward as well off of that bounce. So that's where we're at today, and hope that was helpful. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My phone and email address are down below this video, so let me know what I can do to help. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, would love the opportunity to see what I could do to be of service to you. And as always, if you find value in these videos, really would appreciate any likes, comments, shares that you would have for them. Give them a little bit of love. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, certainly would welcome you to do that. It's just really a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market if that's of interest to you. So hope you have a great day and a week ahead, and we'll see you on the next update.